Santo Domingo and Haiti. No tit for tat in diplomacy. Diplomacy is not an art or a science of war. There is no eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth in diplomacy. Diplomacy is not an instrument to create betrayal and turbulence. The law of retaliation does not have a place in diplomacy. Mr. the President, diplomats, you must avoid inserting the Hammurabi code in diplomacy, which is eye for eye, tooth for tooth. You are responsible citizens, and I am sure you know the diplomatic charter for the Vietnam Convention on Diplomatic Relations, saying Article 3E, promoting friendly relations and develop cultural and scientific economic relations between the sending state and receiving. Mr. the Diplomat, do not think there is a zero-sum game in diplomacy. In diplomacy, there is no question a country reigns and the other loses. For example, there is a frozen war between Haiti and Santo Domingo. In this cold conflict, we can see there is a tit for tat based on the law of retaliation. There is a very serious misunderstanding between the two nations, and the poor Dominican Haitian origin living in Santo Domingo could face serious consequences if these two nations do not seek a diplomatic solution. In addition, the barbarity of Trujillo, the democratic dictator of Santo Domingo, could resurface. A great nation should erect just laws, and it should not forget its past so that it can build a just and equitable nation for its future generations. Deuteronomy 4, verse 8 and 9 declare, "In what other nation is so great as to have such righteous decrees and laws as the body of laws I am setting before you today? Only be careful and watch yourselves closely so that you do not forget this thing your eyes have seen, or let them sleep from your heart as long as you live. Teach them to your children and to their children after them." Foreign policy plays a preponderant role in life, the conduct and governance of all nations. No one can ignore the fact that each nation must defend its national interests. But that doesn't mean that nations should act irrationally against another. The decision that Santo Domingo took against the Dominican of Haitian ancestors that could resolve diplomatically. Both nations might join to improve its mutual relations. Santo Domingo and Haiti should use diplomatic channels to manage its disagreements and promote peace and security in both regional and international levels through positive commitments, and promote international understanding to dialogue and cultural interaction. Only diplomatic dialogue can resolve this problem. The negotiation is the mother of diplomacy. The killing is not a form of diplomacy or negotiation. And that is to inspire shame in the country. The political leaders of Santo Domingo must intensify their efforts to find a way to uproot the sequel of Trujillo in Santo Domingo, as the German political leaders fought with all their might to extirpate the roots of Adolf Hitler in Germany. We are human beings. We need to solve our problem peacefully while promoting justice, reject ethnic cleansing, and teach what's good to the children for the well-being of all Dominicans and the world in general. Micah 6 verse 8 declare, "He has showed you, O men, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, to act justly, and love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." A great nation should be proud of its people. Whose SOLI, the birthright, is sacrosanct. The nationalization policy contributes nothing to Dominican pride. For example, the Haitian government cannot deny that Pedro Santana, the deceased president of Santo Domingo, was a Haitian. He was born in Haiti, June 29, in the year 1801, from a Haitian family. The Haitian government cannot despise the Ulysses Euros, the deceased president of Santo Domingo, was born of Haitian father. Mr. Dassas was the son of a black slave and a white planter. Haitian government cannot reject that Rafael Leonidas Trujillo, the bloodthirsty of Santo Domingo, was born of a father Dominican. This is Jose Trujillo Valdez, an Haitian mom, that's meaning Haitian mother. This is Molina Chevalier. Therefore, the mother of Trujillo was a Haitian. Her name was Julia Molina Chevalier. Joaquin Balaguer, the deceased president of Santo Domingo, was descendants Haitian because his maternal great-mother, Rosalia Euro, was the daughter of President Ulysses Euro. Mr. Danilo Medina, the president of Santo Domingo. It is necessary that you enhance cultural diplomacy to promote international peace, mutual understanding, solidarity between the two nations, and protect the poor Dominican of Haitian origin rights. Mr. the head of state, God could bless your country if you honor his word. Proverbs 31st verse 8 and 9 declare, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the right of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the right of the poor and needy. The political uncertainty between Haiti and Santo Domingo could create a political cloud between those two nations. It's really hard to gauge the intensity of political climate between those two countries because there is a vast of hypocrisy in political world. The political uncertainty intensifies between Haiti and Santo Domingo. The political future of those two nations seem uncertain and contradictory open. Everything is possible and anything can happen. The episode of political heat wave between those two nations reveals a lack of political solidarity, social, cultural, and economic. It is necessary for those two nations, Haiti and Santo Domingo, to develop a new communication strategy to strengthen capacities in the field of the formulation of cultural diversity, economy, and mutual understanding, the ability to create a sustainable development between the two countries. Isaiah 52 verse 7 said, "How beautiful on the mountain are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Sion, your God reigns." Diplomacy is the art of negotiating. Diplomats must know how to communicate to their partners about their intention, decisions, and to follow their journey together. And if they cannot communicate, they must take a communication class because the latter plays an extreme important role in international relations and especially in diplomacy. In addition, non-verbal communication is vital in diplomacy. The president should not think that the embassies are cemeteries elephants, sinecures to offer to the party faithful and friends of the president. As Constantine Frossen has mentioned. What do you mean by that? He said, the president cannot think. The embassies is a place to give job to somebody who don't have any knowledge of diplomacy or who cannot communicate. It's not a job to give to your friend. It's not a job, to give to someone that you know, or to your brothers or sisters. It's a job to give to someone who have experience in diplomacy. Eye for eyes and tooth for tooth is an aberration in diplomacy. It is preparatory for a president to know that ethnic cleansing is condemned by international law. Finally, we must say thank you, Lord, for the technology which gives us a global world, and the latter erected a big difference compared with the world of 1937. May God bless all.